Rex were actually talking about it too. The 6 guys who aren't starting for San Francisco would be a pretty decent Overwatch League
team of their own.
Yeah.
That's going to be the interesting thing, because we were looking at how that worked in the first season, obviously, but going in, when you have that much talent on the bench, I mean, it's a task to keep that talent happy.
Yeah,
not getting game
there's
time.
pros and cons to it.
And cons.
You can run in-house scrims if you really need to, but now you have 20 teams in league, so you're getting good practice partners all over the place. And yeah, maybe make some moves. I don't know, San Francisco, it's a good problem to have. Too many talented guys.
The wealth of riches. Well, we'll see how they progress through this season. A little bit of a scouting play here from Sinatra, from Choyobin. He's going to be backing off, as well as Architect. San Francisco Shock just trying to get an idea of what they're going to be up against, as Los Angeles Gladiators will be on the offense.
Pretty standard compositions here. You definitely usually run 3 tanks, 3 supports on the first point of Hollywood. Great play by Big Goose, trying to isolate heroes. You see this a lot from Lucio's, going around the team, sending one person forward. And in Overwatch, if you're not with your team, well, you're probably back at spawn.
That was so sick, Big Goose. Perfect execution. Cut them out from under him, and now that's going to set it up perfectly here for the Gladiators. They've already got 1 tick on the point. Not having a body there right now because they're trying to clean up, and they will find Sinatra as well. So another kill going their way. It does look like Super has managed to get his way back over here, but now with being a man down makes it so difficult to take this fight.
Yeah, they're waiting. They're in the house. They might rush in here at the last second. Does seem like they're just going to give up the ghost, give up first point, and really nice push from the Gladiators.
At this level, Hex, one mistake, you're out of position for a split second. Boom, Big Goose is going to pounce on you. You know, that beak, it's sharp. Little claws.
Goose are nasty birds. They're really aggressive.
Messed up. Screw goose, screw geese. Yes, that's multiple.
Well, I think
plural.
A lot of these Lucios are just happy that they can play their favorite hero again. Last year, of course, Mercy was a little bit more in vogue, so now we're seeing the mechanical and stylistic play of Lucios as short for the scarier it sounds, the more energy Zarya has. And right now, it's at that terrifying Hornet level.
He's just cranking out hurt. You can't really face him. He will melt you. Leave the shield up as well. He'll melt that too. But now it's looking good, and he's got that grab online as well. So he's a real threat. This is like the one-man wrecking crew who just roll in at any point. And there, well, we'll get the grab thrown in onto Sherford, and he's not going to survive all that build-up. Beautiful knock, though. The boop.
The last second displacement there moves the shield. Sinatra, Moth will all fall for it. Now is the cleanup. Couple of ults used for the Gladiators to ensure this fight, and the Goose is loose looking for more.
Oh, wow, you're not getting out of here in one piece. Then he gets saved, Sinatra, come on.
Sorry, is such a party pooper.
Stylish stuff from the Goose, though. He's definitely looking good.
We've talked a lot about Zarya this match, but it's a great hero to play at some of the lower ranks of Overwatch League, or just Overwatch in general, not the league, because you can erase mistakes of your teammates. You're like, that guy's dumb, Bubbles.
Exactly. Hey, let me go ahead and save you real quick. Saves you from self-destructs, from the high burst damage dealing ultimates and abilities as well. So Zarya, you really require a versatile player, as well as D.Va. Well, now it's just the standoff between these two teams. We do have ults online, and yep, as I said, Architect is going to go ahead and get the rally in play. Nearly gets clipped immediately, though. Has to play, be careful. Rally delayed on the other side. Hydration going to decide now's the time to get it in. We've already had the trance thrown up by Shaz.
A lot of San Francisco falling very low, but that's by design. They also have 2 support ultimates if they should need to use them. Right now, it's Sinatra who's got the grab, a little bit ahead of Shortboard. Just going to solo grab the main tank. You want to follow through on that. They do get roared.
Yeah, they do get roared, and that's going to be big because no shield left here for the Gladiators to hide behind. Super just on cleanup duty right now, finding kill after kill, and Sinatra chiming in. So finally, the San Francisco Shock get a fight to go their way. It's been a bit one-sided so far, but the Gladiators now put on notice.
It's a little bit ridiculous how few people have actually died so far in the map. It's only a combined 12 kills between the teams. These fights seem to have been going on forever. That's the benefit of the 3 tank 3 support. A lot of high health tools to begin with, and then you've got 3 supports, so it's just so sustainable.
I'm more impressed by your willingness to take the risk of doing math live on broadcast, Hex. That's scary.
I know, I saw you peek over in like 5-7.
Yeah, hold on, let me get my hands out. That's commentator rules, guys. If you want to be a commentator, don't do math live on broadcast. You're going to regret it. All right, getting into it. Gladiators just pushing forward right now. San Francisco Shock trying to play it careful. Doing a good job of sticking together for now, but it's not going to help Super. The focus fire too good with the Discord orb on him. They just could not keep him up. And now the Gladiators finding 2 key kills, make that 3. This is their point, and now they've got a chance to run the payload home.
That's a really good job at separating targets. You saw as soon as the main tank fell, the vision instantly switches to Sinatra, who's already on the other side of the map. So they're doing a really good job of finding targets isolated and using their team as a unit to pick them off.
Look at that, Ryan. Kneeling before the majestic greatness of the Gladiators and their limousine. And well, now it's just ults coming online. Big Goo's gonna have that sound barrier. On the other side of things, though, it's looking good for San Francisco Shock. So this should be a fairly even match. High ground taken here. This is standard stuff from Chicago. From San Francisco. They're gonna move straight in. Kind of Ryan, kind of had a flow to it. Void right now. Once again, the focus fire every time. It's so clear for the Gladiators. Get on Super, remove him from the fight immediately.
They're doing a good job of isolating him right away. Sometimes it's with the boost, sometimes it isn't. Maybe Sinatra needs to stick a little bit closer to him and save his allied shield to be able to save him from those kind of isolation plays. But Gladiators continue to push forward. San Francisco Shock still has some fight left in him with 2.5 minutes left. They've got ultimates. You don't want to take them to spawn with you.
No, you don't want to take them to spawn, and you don't want to take them for granted. These are the heavy-hitting ones. You can have the wombo combo, the self-destruct with the grab. That can ruin teams, and Moth has now got the sound barrier. That's going to make the difference, keeping his teammates alive. And so the Gladiators right now just waiting to see if they can catch somebody overextending here. Sinatra just dancing on that edge.
They took a lot of damage early on, so they're just going to back up, get everybody healed up. Still, both the tanks are falling so low. Yet to confirm kills, though. Patient play from the Gladiators.
Really sussing it out. Do not want to overextend and be the ones costing it, but that payload, you can see it's slowly working its way back where it came from. So unless the Gladiators keep a presence on it, they're going to lose a little bit of progress. Still, it's all important right now to pick up the next fight, to win it here for the Gladiators. So they really are just trying to take their time. It's going to be the self-destruct initiate, though, to kick things off. Shield is up for Super, no worries there. Grab gets thrown in as well. Self-destruct right on top of him. This could be big, but no, the shield from Roar saves his team, and the Gladiators now with an advantage, 2 players. They have to get it decisive. They have to shut down Super now, and they do. This is it, the golden moment for the Gladiators.
A big shatter from Super, got no kills. The closing shatter there from Roar comes through and locks it up for the Gladiators. They will complete Hollywood. It did seem a little miscommunication with ultimates there going on for the San Francisco Shock. We'll see if they can figure it out in the next half of Hollywood right after this break.
Welcome back from the break, everybody. We're getting into the second map of this series. San Francisco Shock will now be on the offense, and the Gladiators have succeeded in picking up 3 points here on Hollywood. So, now the question, San Francisco, more 3-3, more 3-3.
If they're going to keep running the same thing, they have to run it differently because they're absolutely abusing Super right now. It's not fair. It's not fun to watch. It's kind of actually sad.
Kind of makes you feel a
They
little sad.
subbed in Super very likely for his Reinhardt play, as Smurf played a little bit more Winston on the last map. And he just keeps getting isolated from the rest of his team, and that's obviously the Gladiator strategy. If you lose your main tank in a 3-3 composition, you're in trouble. You almost guaranteed to lose that fight, and that's exactly what they're trying to take advantage of. But we don't have 3 tanks typically. We've got the Hammond, the ball coming in for San Francisco Shock.
The hamster just over the building. He doesn't care. Straight in. I did like Architect trying to go for the sleep dart there at the beginning. Can we get the smash? We're gonna get it. There we go. Decent work, just like that, up to 35% on his ult charge. So much damage, so much ult charge, and now it's just about him finding an opening here. Rest of Los Angeles sticking together, but again, smash up into the air, nearly finding the kill. Hydration dropping very low, but Sleepy at the same time needs some help from his team here. Gotta be careful.
Hammond's a great hero at isolating targets, but so far they've been able to isolate Shore 4, and then they were able to isolate Roar. However, the support line from the Gladiators doing a great job keeping everybody healed up, so no kills, despite the pretty impressive slams. There's another.
Yeah, there's another big thing is that the trance got forced out of Shaz in that fight. Grab is gonna get thrown in on both sides. Both teams looking fairly decent, although they do get the kill on Sinatra. We lose Big Goose on the Gladiator side. No trance there to mitigate the damage. Moth about to get Sound Barrier online as well. That could make it, but it's not gonna be good. You don't want to use it at this point now. Get out, reset.
Tough break there for the San Francisco Shock. Sinatra used a defensive Graviton. They got grabbed, and using a Graviton defensively, you lock up all the heroes who are trying to come do damage at you. So it was just to keep them alive. Still didn't end up winning that fight. Ults used on both sides, but the Gladiator is about to have both of the support ults, which is what you want in a defensive situation. We'll see if Super can get some much-needed revenge as he's got his Earth Shatter ready to go.
That's going to be the big ult to keep an eye on. And well, he's definitely looking to get revenge. He wants some payback after that last time around. Big Goose showing us what's possible here with map architecture. Clever stuff from the Goose. He's definitely on point with his game. But now San Francisco Shock on the point itself. 2 minutes on the clock here for the Shock to make the magic happen. Shaz once again throwing the Transcendence in there. Oh, Sureforce's grab gets eaten by Choyobin. Choyobin gives up his life, but still, no grab, no fight. They're still going to back off, though, the Shock.
Just retreating right now, and now time whittles away. Only 1 minute and 30 seconds remain for the San Francisco Shock to push this point to even continue on in this map. Both tank ultimates up, actually about 5 ultimates at the ready for San Francisco. Now is the time to go.
Get in here and use those ults. Don't give Gladiators a chance to use them of their own. Right now it's looking all right moving forward. That Shatter was questionable, using it to open it up to try and create some space. The Sound Barriers get thrown in as well as the Transcendences. And finally some kills go the way for the Shock. Just too many ults for the Gladiators to handle. Everything getting thrown in. And they will succeed in picking up the point, but only with a minute in the bank.
That lovely bell means the entire team was killed during that fight, and finally some signs of life for the San Francisco Shock. Prior to that, they'd only had 6 kills on the entire map so far, so finally racking up some eliminations. He had to use everything, but with only a minute remaining, it was time to use them all and just hope for the best.
Well, 3 minutes on the clock. Gladiators still have a minute 14 in their bank, so you can see just how quick they were with their push. San Francisco Shock now are the ones who need to go up. And already Grav getting thrown in here. Sureforce, the one to start it off. Sinatra, the one to die this time for the Shock. They keep getting picked off one after another, and the aggression right now from the Gladiators really paying off.
It's been very much improved Zarya play from Shore 4. Lane's the kind of guy where if he feels he may have not had a subpar game or something like that, he'll just play it for a week straight without sleeping. So that's why he is able to master heroes so quickly. It's just the dedication he puts into learning everything.
I mean, it's working for him right now in terms of stats, measuring up against Sinatra. He's got the better Zarya right now. 61% average energy. About a couple thousand damage dealt more than his counterpart. So right now, Sureforce hitting the higher level. Roar backing off, giving some ground, doesn't want to extend too far here. Does have his team to back him, and we will get the self-destruct ult as well. Sinatra getting pinned out in the open. That's all it takes. Big kill here for the Gladiators to kick off this other fight.
They're going to push him all the way back. Big Goose just dancing around. They're going to wait and kill this baby diva, as we call her. It's Pilot Diva. She's piloting the mech, but baby diva does get clean up there. And the Gladiators are... It's got to be frustrating to play against because you're unable to isolate anyone out, and then they keep retreating until they find their opening, and they're just punishing mistakes. It's very methodical what they're doing.
They're just catching people out of position. Time and time, bait it out, draw it out. But right now, so many ults, so many check marks at the top. San Francisco Shock working on a 6-pack. Gladiators right now with 4 online. So fairly even matchup when they get into it. Sinatra still looking for the opening here to get that grab in play. See if he actually finds an angle to hide it. There's a big shatter though. Roar laid out flat. Does get his shield up in time. Trance is here to top him up again as well. It's Sleepy using Trance to keep his team up, but there it is. Big grab. Bringing everybody in from the Gladiators. Only Hydration will die. Roar had the shield up to cover the rest. Now Choyobin will be the one surviving. Right now, San Francisco Shock are making progress, but so slowly. 50 seconds left on the clock here for them.
They're going to have to back out a little bit. It's just so frustrating. It's got to be from San Francisco to use Shatter on somebody, use Grab on someone, and then Roar still walks away and waves. Yeah, he's going to have his Earth Shatter up, as is the Reinhardt on San Francisco Shock Super. So now we're in that weird Rhine games, kind of mind games, trick each other into using it and then baiting it out.
Well, there it is. Super managed to dodge that one. Choyobin gets knocked down, but that's fine. Architects, though, caught out in the open. It doesn't look like Super was able to get close enough. And once again, Super forced off to the side. No support possible there from his teammates.
He's just getting isolated completely, and now they're going to chase down some late kills. Big Goose knows when to turn the switch on to aggression, able to chase down those kills. And I can't say enough about this support line doing so much work to keep everybody alive, using ultimates when needed. An early kill there, an attempted a back cap onto the cart though.
Choyobin hoping to keep it going here for his team, but it's not looking likely. This is going to be the big fight. Grab gets thrown in. Big kills coming through for the Gladiators. The Shock get wiped off the face of the planet. Sinatra, there isn't a whole lot he can hope to do, and it will be the Gladiators tying up the series 1-1.
An absolute masterclass in positional punishment. The moment that Super was out of position, Gladiators jumped on it as a team, punished them every single time.
Now we're going to be taking a break, guys, and when we come back, we'll have the halftime show. You don't want to miss it.